Black dots show concentrations above the explosive level, some twice the explosive level.
The maps reveal that the problem is much worse today than what it was previously recognized to be several years back.
As it happens, this part of Playa Vista is where the school was to have been located. It's a hotspot for man-made contamination. It's also close to the newly discovered gas seep and the area where Jerry Mabry says he discovered dead plants and insects 7 years ago. And it's still prime real estate. Last summer, Playa Vista invited LA Unified to consider a new school site in almost the same spot. Grading is now underway, but McPherson recently videotaped bubbles venting in the adjacent waterway, and inspectors from the California Regional Water Quality Control Board showed up to take a look.
Whether it's methane, whether it's some other kind of gas or constituent, you know, you don't know until you have it analyzed.
The inspectors say the bubbles that we found all along this waterway here may indicate a leak in a safety system their own agency ordered installed here, an underground membrane to control the contamination. And they are asking the developer to help investigate.
We're very interested in making sure that the right thing is being done out here.
And what about LA Unified? Is it interested in this new site?
If we never hear from Playa Vista, I'll be really happy. That's my personal view.
Angela Bellomo is head of the school district's Health and Safety Division.
Has your staff, your department, received any information from Playa Vista that you've seen that indicates that would be a dangerous site?
Yeah, it raised enough issues about the high methane and H2S that have been noted in that area.
Bellomo says his department will formally examine the proposed site only after a review by the State Department of Toxic Substances Control, a process required by law. But he says the unpredictability of the gases at Playa is very real.
You can't take a reading at any particular point in time and say this accurately reflects or represents the conditions on that piece of property.
Given that, why would you want to gamble with the lives of kids in a school like that, like so many canaries in a coal mine?
Yeah, you wouldn't. There's a good chance that with the range of environmental factors that one would have to consider here at Playa Vista, that this site would be rejected.
Playa Vista spokesman Steve Sugarman declined to answer questions on camera, even after we provided him with this video of the contamination test by the state inspector. In a written statement, he says the video demonstrates, quote, the work was performed in a professional manner that met or exceeded all applicable standards. And he says, quote, exhaustive studies by city departments have concluded the community is safe. On the school project, he says Playa Vista is participating with LA Unified in a, quote, thorough environmental review of the site. Bellomo says it hasn't begun yet.
We're not considering the site currently.
The site.
As for McPherson, she says she wants one thing from Playa Vista.
I would like to see them prove that this site can be made safe.
The Playa Vista developers say tonight that methane can be found all over Southern California, and they're in the forefront of efforts to make sure that it's safe for the residents. As you saw in our report tonight, sources tell us that more work needs to be done. The developers' written comments can be found on our website, www.nbc4.tv.
More to come?
Yeah, you bet.
Live from NBC4, this is the Channel 4 News at 5:30.
Controversy over what is beneath the ground at one of the most luxurious housing developments in the Southland. It's a potential hot zone. Now a city leader is taking action, asking questions and demanding answers. Good evening, I'm Kelly Mack.
And I'm Chuck Henry. Paul and Colleen are off this afternoon. Recently, we've brought you two in-depth reports on possible underground gas dangers at Playa Vista, the luxury community on the west side. Well, now a possible showdown as a newly elected city councilman and environmental groups challenge the developers to stop work and just take stock of the safety picture. Channel 4's Paul Moyer has another exclusive this evening on the burning questions surrounding this controversial project.
The city of Santa Monica and several environmental groups are taking a neighbor to court. Their target, nearby Playa Vista, a luxurious residential and commercial complex, which they say is located dangerously close to huge natural gas deposits, which might be leaking.
Explosive levels of methane have been shown to be migrating to the surface at an order of magnitude of 3 to 4 times the upper explosive limit.
Attorney Sabrina Venskus represents the environmentalists in the lawsuit. She says in court filings, the developer and the city of Los Angeles have failed to adequately assess the methane hazards at Playa Vista, most specifically this 100-acre parcel known as Phase 2.
They did not follow their experts' own advice to test adequately for the methane concentrations coming up at the site.
As a result, according to the suit, the city's original environmental report for this area does not analyze catastrophic risk hazards of fire or explosions.
Their own expert stated that he could actually light the ground with a match.
The plaintiffs are asking the court to order a new study to figure out how to deal with the gas at the Phase 2 site. Otherwise, they say, quoting, covering this open land with parking lots and buildings may create explosion hazards for nearby residents and travelers.
I'm upset that they're doing what they're doing right now.
Bill Rosendahl, newly elected city councilman for the West Side, says he has so many safety questions about the gas at Phase 2 that he sent a message to the developer asking him to stop construction there until the court rules on the lawsuit. That's expected in 3 to 4 weeks.
Well, I thought if you stop it, it shows good faith that you're at least waiting until the court has ruled on the issue. A lot of people here are questioning Phase 2 to begin with.
The plaintiffs are also seeking a temporary work shutdown. They say that if construction continues on the site back there like that, it will disturb the soil and make it impossible to conduct an accurate new study on the site if one is ordered.
And how did Playa Vista respond to these requests?
You got your answer. Look, they didn't stop.
No, they didn't.
They're still going.
We asked them out of courtesy to the community that they would put it on hold. They didn't listen to me.
What message does that send to you?
Well, it makes me realize that we have work ahead of us.
We asked Playa Vista to explain why they won't stop work long enough to let the court decide if a new study of the site is needed. In a written response, the president of Playa Vista, Steve Soboroff, says, and I quote, "Our longtime opponents are suing to try to stop a project that has been overwhelmingly approved by the city of Los Angeles. We respectfully do not comment on pending litigation," close quote.
The gas situation here at Playa Vista has been the subject of 2 previous reports here on Channel 4. We have uncovered evidence of huge gas concentrations here that both the city and the developer acknowledge.
We've located a large gas seep in a nearby marsh whose fumes, when captured in a plastic bag and ignited, proved explosive. A recent study by the State Public Utilities Commission says there's an even chance a nearby underground gas storage reservoir has leaked methane onto Playa Vista.
This report is the basis for doing an independent investigation to determine what we do have ongoing out there.
A former city engineer, Walter Merschat, who worked at Playa Vista, tells us that testing for gas in disturbed soil did produce unreliable results.
We're not sampling accurately. We're not sampling the real soil gases.
We have also found that some of the safety systems at Playa, designed to contain the gases, may not work. These combustible gas bubbles are percolating up through the floor of a garage, possible indications that a protective membrane shield underneath is leaking. Playa Vista says in recent legal briefs that the city and its engineers have, quote, concluded the methane safety systems would adequately protect future residents.
Is it safe to say from what you've told me that unless you are really satisfied that this is safe, that it's not going to go forward because you can stop it?
I will do whatever I can with the power given to me by the people to stop it if I am not satisfied with these safety issues.
This is Paul Moyer, Channel 4 News.
Well, in light of our investigation, Councilman Rosendahl tells us that he will convene a town hall meeting in October to allow the public to question Playa Vista and the city about the safety of the site. Now, so far, the developer and the city officials have refused any on-camera interviews with us. That town hall meeting could force all sides to answer some truly tough questions.
Contamination issues out there.
This individual is a scientific expert with a government agency responsible for safety issues at Playa. He says the city, and especially its Department of Building and Safety, have shortchanged safety to suit Playa Vista's interests.
Officials at the Building and Safety Department, they have been complicit in developing a project before all the answers are in, especially in relation to the methane gas.
I don't believe the community members are aware of the risks that they're facing due to the methane gas.
This individual, an office worker who's been employed at Playa Vista, says that city officials have dismissed reports from eyewitnesses about gas alarms constantly going off at the site.
Requests were made through city agencies to review the situation. We were dismissed and told not to raise concerns again.
Both of these sources are speaking out anonymously for fear of retaliation.
We'll hear more from them shortly. But first, some background on Playa Vista.
Bubble, bubble. Scene shot by environmentalists 5 years ago when the site was first under construction. The bubbles were in high methane areas, according to the city's chief site engineer at the time, Walter Merschat.
We did several thousand samples, and most of the samples detected some level of gas, and some of them, up to 100% methane at 4 feet underground. If you would have just used that criteria, you would never have built in that whole red area on the map.
There are many red areas on the city's gas maps of Playa Vista showing explosive methane levels. The project sits atop old oil fields, in soil laced with industrial contamination, next to a commercial gas reservoir that a recent state study shows may be leaking.
It was unsafe when I was there.
In 2001, the LA Department of Building and Safety convinced the city council that enough was known about the gases to allow for mitigation. Critics say that was an exaggeration, and still is.
LA Building and Safety has not fully investigated the issues of contamination out there. It was more about getting the project done.
The City Council did order gas safety devices installed at the site, including deep 50-foot wells to vent the worst underground methane. The Building and Safety Department stated by letter that tests demonstrated that subsurface methane gas can be vented. Critics say the wells were a bust from the start and that Building and Safety wasn't candid about them.
I don't think any of them really were that totally successful.
We asked specifically what level of protection had been installed at the Fountain Park Apartments.
Florence Garibian of the California Department of Toxic Substances Control was particularly concerned about the effectiveness of proposed deep wells in one high methane area, the Fountain Park Apartment Complex. When she asked Building and Safety about them,
the representative from the city, as I recall, responded that the highest level of protection would be installed in that building.
Recently, says Garibian, she discovered she was misled. There are no deep wells in Fountain Park, despite Building and Safety's assurances.
We didn't really get a straightforward answer.
Answers are apparently lacking on other fronts. For example, the Building and Safety Department is under orders from the City Council to constantly monitor all mitigation systems at Playa Vista, from the vent wells to gas sensors and protective membranes required under every building. But when environmentalist Patricia McPherson recently asked the department for its inspection reports on those devices, it responded in nearly every instance, no documentation responsive to your request.
It means no one's minding the shop. It means no one's paying attention to whether the most critical safety measure out there even works.
The building department did point her to these reports dealing with the gas detectors required in every building. But in 2 instances, we discovered a building and safety official had signed off on final versions of these reports that omit safety warnings contained in the original drafts, which we also obtained.
I'm horrified. They're signing off on information that has been changed to delete any indications of problems. You cannot make decisions on the safety of the site based on incomplete data.
Building and Safety refused to be interviewed about the document, but denies sanitizing any Taft report.
We have also learned confidentially and from residents who prefer not to go on camera that at least one housing complex here in Playa Vista contains no home gas detectors at all, and that is contrary to City Council directives. The subcontractor for this project says we're wrong, but won't say why or provide proof.
Corners have been cut. Things have not been done properly.
Another case in point, say critics. According to official memos, Building and Safety has taken over the fire department's responsibility for certifying methane protections in single-family homes at Playa. But performance records show inspections have suffered, with nobody doing this required testing of home methane detectors in this area of the site.
There really is a conspiracy of fools in the sense of the agencies not doing an adequate job in making sure that these safety issues have been addressed.
In a written statement, Building and Safety says, and I quote, "Inspections take place at the appropriate time during each stage of construction at Playa Vista." But the agency says it can't speak on camera about related issues because of pending litigation involving the site. That has not kept it from addressing related issues in written exchanges with Councilman Bill Rosendahl, whose district includes Playa Vista. He says he's found the department less than candid when asked for progress reports on Playa Vista and other methane hotspots.
I'm not satisfied that I'm getting all the information from my own government as to what's really going on.
Given the gas issues here at Playa, why have so few residents and employees spoken out about the apparent breaches in City Council safety rules? Well, insiders tell us that whistleblowers are being pressured by the developers and building and safety officials.
There is a strong atmosphere of political pressure to say nothing and to do nothing.
There's a very palpable fear. The management will take punitive actions against any worker out there that speaks out.
You know, just hearing that makes me upset. If there's anybody out there who feels that the truth is not getting out, I want to know about it, because the DA is waiting for that phone call from me to start an investigation.
And Rosendahl isn't the only one concerned about the possible mistreatment of whistleblowers.
That would be against the law, and that's just wrong.
What would you do if you find out that was happening?
Hold people accountable for it.
In a frank and open interview, we offered the mayor an advance look at our findings about building and safety and Playa Vista.
People living in buildings where the mitigation devices, the gas detectors, the vent wells, whatever, haven't been checked. I mean, that's dangerous, isn't it?
There are real problems here. These are serious allegations.
Villa Ragosa voted against Playa Vista as a city council member and is clearly troubled by our revelations, which pinpoint problems begun long before his watch.
Were you informed by building and safety about any of this?
No.
No. Should you have been?
Yes, absolutely. If we're providing favoritism to any individual at the cost of the public health and safety, it's wrong and unacceptable.
We should tell you that a full statement from Building and Safety appears on our website. The agency claims to inspect every building at Playa before it's occupied, but it refuses to be interviewed about this or any other statement. Also on the website, www.nbc4.tv, a comment from Playa's Vista's Steve Soberoff, who likewise refused to be interviewed but insisted everything is safe at his multi-million-dollar project. You'll also find a comment from Lee Holmes, a contractor for the subdivision there where we found no home sensors at all. They also declined to be interviewed. More from the mayor on building and safety and Playa Vista tomorrow night, right here at 5 o'clock. Kelly?
Yeah, as the mayor said, those are very serious allegations. Paul, thank you.
I'm Paul Moyer. We begin right here at 5:30 on Channel 4 with our investigation called Burning Questions. Already we have brought you